Yeah, the news is coming fast and furious for Chinese equities in the wake of the computer holiday. That's for sure. I think they probably thought they would get more mileage than they did out of that 25 basis point cut to the loan prime rate, the 5-year loan prime rate on which mortgage rates are based. It was one of the more aggressive moves we've seen in what was really a string of half measures that weren't really satisfying market participants at all. The market has pretty much in the couple sessions, I know we're open week today, is overlooking that in light of the fact that it looks like, home sales in January were down 20-something%. So, we got decent numbers from the holiday travel, up 20-ish% in terms of the number of travelers, but spending only up a little less than 10. So spending per person was down. And, that's another sort of piece of news that the market was looking at as sort of a glass half empty rather than half full. And I think Chinese policymakers are going to continue to struggle to give the market what it wants and what it needs, which is really some kind of plan to extract the economy from debt deflation in the wake of a massive property bust. And that's easier said than done.
We've been talking about a property bust, Brian, and yes, some of the property names have been under tremendous pressure. The sector is beleaguered with a lot of liquidity issues, repayment issues, debt issues. But we haven't quite seen a big blow up. And that makes me wonder whether we will ever see a big blow up, whether the political system will allow that to happen. And so from the current point, do you think that we could just perhaps, if it's not a smooth transition, but the economy could transition into rebalancing?
So it's a great question. Why haven't we seen a blow up in the property sector, but why haven't we seen a cleanup in the property sector either? What you're really left with is a large number of developers who are effectively walking dead, right? Whether it's Evergrande or Country Garden, and they're trying to keep these entities alive so that they can finish completing the tens of trillions of RMB in unfinished apartments. The pre-sale liabilities on the aggregate balance sheet of the Chinese developers is around 20 trillion RMB. So there are a lot of Chinese citizens who have paid for apartments and they haven't gotten them. So the reason they're not allowing these developers to be liquidated is because they need to get that job done. But on the other hand, why don't they come in, sweep these entities onto the state into some entity that the banks would be comfortable lending money to get that job done? And I'm left to decide that they don't do that because they've come to the conclusion that the problem's a little too big to swallow. So we are left sort of no man's land where the property sector just limps along, really with no end in sight.